Hi everyone, Chad Rago here. I've got new software that I've got to tell you about. I couldn't let this one go. I'm still testing it. I bought it about 2 or 3 days ago, but it's the most affordable software that I've got so far. I've got several of them like this. Most affordable one that brings back some great data to help you rank your page in Google. See, the thing is, with lots of methods and courses that I buy, even my own, the guidelines are there. Even the guidelines I use in the new Amazon course works lots of the time. Most of the time it will work. Well, I know mine does, and I know lots of times other courses I've tested out before, their guidelines, I try them out and some of them work and some don't. And when it comes to that point where it doesn't work and you need a little bit more help to find out exactly why your page is not ranking in the top 10 of Google, you need software like this. And like I said, I've got several of them that are expensive. This is actually the first one that I've found that is reasonably cost and actually has some great data. And I'm going to start using it to test in some of the Amazon material that I'm showing you guys, so you guys don't have to spend big buck. If my guidelines don't work, next we'll try to get the data we need to get that page ranked. And this software has some great data, and I'm going to show you with my test site that I'm using on the Amazon course what data this brings back and why it can help you. So let me start a new project here. It's very easy to use. I'm going to press new, and I'm going to put in my website I have here that I got for our Amazon course, besthairlossproducts.com, and I want to rank for best hair loss products. Now what's great about this is my guidelines work, and if they don't, because every single keyword you try to rank for, guidelines work, and I can't express this enough, and I don't think they tell you this enough, that sometimes, just the guidelines don't work. Sometimes you need an extra push in maybe on-page SEO, some more backlinks in the right places, because your competition through each keyword is going to be different. On the top 10 pages, there are things and guidelines we follow to make it easy to rank, but we are going to come to a point with some of the pages that we're going to be ranking on these sites that we're going to need some extra info. And this is what this is great about. Not only am I going to be testing it during my new sites that I make, but I'm going to try to incorporate, finding this extra data that you need so that you can be sure you can get your site ranked in the top 10 so you can get traffic and make money. And so for right now, I'm just doing this, showing you this for my main site, but we can use it on every single page that we're going to try to rank, which is what we're trying to do in our Amazon courses, rank lots of these pages that we're going to be putting up their content. And the guidelines will work. I know for sure that will work for many of the sites, many of the keywords that we're going to be ranking. But for many of them, we're going to need some extra help. And like I said, these are the kind of softwares that you want. And this is this is the most cheapest, cost-effective, and brings back the best data I have seen that I can remember for this kind of software. And I'm just going to put best hair loss products here, and I'm going to target Google US. And what this program is going to do is it's going to go out there and actually analyze my top 10. I'm going to let me create this and save it, and I'll let that start working while I talk about this more. It's going to go out there and analyze my top 10 competitors, and it'll show you their backlinks on social sites, and actually give you very good, and I'll show you this, as my page is new, it should bring up lots of ideas. Now, when I use these softwares, it's usually, I use them after I've done my guidelines, and I find that, hey, it's been about a month, and I've done my backlinking and my guidelines, and my page is still not ranked in the top 10. This is when I come to these kinds of software, and that's why I really think everyone should have some kind of software like this in their tool set of internet marketing tools. It really helps you on your way. This program will actually give you help if your on-page SEO is not good. It shows your competitors' social link, Dig, Facebook, how many they have, if you should have more, if you should lessen how many of the keywords you should have. Now, what they give you is great hints and stuff that you could work on to get your page ranked if it doesn't rank with the original guidelines that I gave you. And this does happen. There is no one out there can give you guidelines and say it'll rank 100%. That if you follow my rules, you can't. You've always got to go and follow the guidelines first. If that doesn't work, you need to do, and I'll be teaching you that, of course, in the course too. You need to go back and get data and find what needs to be done on your site. And when this is done loading here, I'll show you some of the data it brings back and why it's so valuable. I'm going to pause it and let it wait for it to be done, and I'll be right back. Hi, I'm back, and Page One Infiltrator is done researching my top 10 competitors for best hair loss products, and I can view it in an HTML format or a PDF format. I'm going to look at the HTML format here and click on View. And what I really like about this program, if we followed my guidelines in the Amazon course and any other course, and to rank a page, which, like I said earlier, it does work many times, but it's different for each keyword. You might have to do certain things to rank for another keyword, and the best way to do that is, of course, to look at your competition and change your site around to work with that so that you can rank your page. And so if something doesn't work for me while we're doing our course with my guidelines, then I'd come here and look at this report. And what I love about this program is it gives you so much data back from on-page SEO, the H1 tags, if the URL has the domain, if your title has a domain, the header tags, if your image, you can go to any one of these ports, you can go to any one of these reports here, and it can help you. And actually what I like about this program, and even better for newbies, is that it gives you, if you're lacking something that, when it's analyzed your sites, if it's lacking something, it kind of gives you information about what exactly to do here. Tips. This is for my keyword and document title, which mine has it. Actually, it shows here not one of the sites I'm competing against actually used best hair loss products in their title. And according to them, because none of these sites use it in the title, it shows a red because, I might not rank for it because it's red, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be fine. I'll probably be the first one next time I do this report that is ranked up there. But this goes on. Readability. And if you can't rank a keyword, you can come to this program and it will give you this. For some reason, it's not working today, but that check the domain age, but I think they're still working on this part of it, but I'm not too worried about that part. Keyword in H1 tag, I've got it. It doesn't seem like any of my competitors are using the normal on-page SEO. I think they're ranked there for something that they didn't mean to be ranked there for. I probably have an easy time getting to the top there. And actually, this is probably a horrible URL, my one that I'm using for this course, to show you an example of, because when you really get a really competitive keyword, or you come across a product, you're writing for a product review, you'll see a lot more data here. But it tells you red if this parts of your site needs to be looked at. Keywords and domain. Is your keyword in the page URL? Yes, mine is there. They give you tips if you're doing bad, how to improve your site so it can rank. Social networking, it shows here that this first page that's ranked has 220 Facebook links, two Twitter links, a Google Plus links, and goes on there. And you know, my site's in the yellow there because most of these sites don't even have any links to it except this one that has a Facebook link all over it. Page load time, keywords and HTML header tags, in image, our keyword in the alt image tags, an image file name, and yes, I do have that in my file name. And you know, you need these kind of programs because not all the time the guidelines will work. And if you really need help finding out what you could improve on your site, this is the kind of program you have. And like I said, I've got several programs that I like to work with, but I'm just going to start using this one. And I think it's something everyone should have in their tool set for marketing, because it'll really help you get your pages out there. And for those of you who are new to SEO, this, you know, with the tips they give you for every single report here, hierarchy depth, you can learn more about what needs to be done. And before you know it, most of the time, you'll probably, you know, you'll get a good understanding of what needs to be done if you're not going to rank your site. Keyword in first sentence. You know, they tell you everything here. It's a great program. Great. I cannot say anything bad about it. And it's something I'm going to be testing and using along with our method instead of my other more pricier programs that I have for checking, because this is really all you need right here. Some of the programs I have are much more technical, but this one is so great because it actually, some of the other programs I use, I have to know what they're talking about, or I have to reference the manual if I didn't. But right here, they actually tell you straight out what needs to be done, tips on what you can do. You can see here, this is SEO link analysis. You know, it's just a great program to have in your suite, and I highly recommend it. I don't know when they're going to close this WSO down, but they usually do this for this kind of software. But I highly recommend it to every single one of you that don't have a data analysis program for SEO. And if you do, this is still a great one to go check out. It's really cheap, and I don't understand why they sell it so cheap with this much data that will help you get your sites ranked, your pages ranked. Go check it out, and I'll talk to you later.